Hello, Dolly Tribe. Hello, hello, hello. This is Evie. Boy, do I have a topic for us today, sunshine. And I hope your lives are all going well. I just want to start off by saying that with this topic that I am going to discuss today, that I'm not trying to promote one party over the other. I'm not trying to demonize one party over the other. I am just stating facts as they were given by the source from Newsweek through an article that says Donald Trump threatens to stop Barbie dolls being sold in the U.S. That was a story by Hugh Cameron. And as of the time of this recording, it was done about 21 hours ago. So I'm doing it based on that and some other videos that I saw on this subject. In some regards to the tariffs, and that Trump pretty much said that Mattel was trying to move their, I guess, their factories and things outside of China, or some of their factories outside of China. And that was kind of upsetting, I guess, to him regarding the tariffs, and that he was going to tariff Mattel even more than what the current tariffs are. So that is what we're going to get into today. Dolly Tribe, I want you to listen to this video that I'm about to play you right now.
Toy manufacturers are already feeling it. It's not going to be long. You're going to feel it too.
Yeah, Mattel CEO told the Wall Street Journal the company plans to raise prices on toys due to tariffs. Now, the vast majority of toys sold in the U.S. are manufactured in China. Mattel says it now plans to diversify its supply chain outside of China, including relocating the production of 500 toys to other countries.
Now, Dolly Tribe, I also want to let you know about a quote that Donald Trump said in the Oval Office on Thursday, May 8th. He said, "I've heard Mattel said, well, we're going to go counter. We're going to try going someplace else." And then Trump said, "That's okay, let him go, and we'll put a 100% tariff on his toys, and he won't sell one toy in the United States, and that's their biggest market." Now, if any of you guys have been following anything in politics or the toy industry at large with the tariffs and things of that nature, know that there have been rumblings that this Christmas season, that there is the concern that there won't be very many toys on the shelves. Dolls, little Tonka trucks, Care Bears, stuffed animals, anything that, most children enjoy for the Christmas holidays, brand new toys that maybe we're not even aware of yet, that will be hot new items for the Christmas season. There is a concern that the toy shelves are going to be empty. Now, I do know some companies have hoarded what they can before the tariffs hit. They hoarded what they can. But there is the very deep concern that children will not be able to get very many toys. And if there are toys on the shelves, that they're going to be so limited that if you don't get them while you can, your child may be the one that can't get them. And as far as us collectors are concerned, that there may be some toys out there that if we also don't act fast, we will be left out of the loop. Now, a lot of us know that we suffer from FOMO so much that, we may be really suffering from that during this season. And if I know our president does not let up on the tariffs, that is probably only going to get worse throughout the next few years. Also, Dolly Tribe and visitors, I do want to let you guys know that there was, a really big deal about the president of the United States saying that, and that was with an interview on Meet the Press, that the president said, I don't think that a beautiful baby girl that's 11 years old needs to have 30 dolls. I think they can have 3 dolls or 4 dolls because what we were doing with China was just unbelievable. We had a trade deficit of hundreds of billions of dollars with China. And we all know that 80% of toy production globally happens in China. So I'm not really sure, what he was thinking with the tariffs, especially in relation to toys, just because this is probably going to upset very many people, especially because a lot of people don't play about their children. And I know as collectors, we don't play about, our hobbies. So, and then also think about all the small toy shops, maybe even people on Etsy that we rely on to get all of our other things that we like to adorn our dolls with and things of this nature. So a lot of things are going to be affected in our hobby with the tariffs and things, I believe. Now, not sure how all of this is going to play out. It's going to be a wait and see kind of thing, but I think the rise of thrifting and maybe homemade things may be something that's going to emerge from this. I really don't know, but that's kind of what I'm foreseeing. But I'm still not as seasoned as I would like to be in the whole collecting and the doll hobby type of thing. So I really don't know, but I really do believe that the thrifting thing is going to come back big. The repurposing, the reusing, all of that is just going to be something that I think we're going to see reemerge. Dolly Tribe, I am also going to have us listen to WEWS ABC 5 News, Cleveland, Ohio, to listen to what they say about this issue.
How the Trump administration's tariffs on foreign imports are impacting businesses and consumers. And Mike, there's an industry that's being hit especially hard.
Yes, very true. America's toy industry relies heavily on imports from China. Some toy manufacturers, including one right here in Northeast Ohio, telling customers to expect higher prices and fewer choices this year, especially for the holidays. I'm following through with the owner of a local toy store to see how she's navigating the rising costs. I first visited Toys, Dolls, and Minis in Olmsted Falls back in December of 2023, after seeing a post on Facebook that the store was struggling. Owner Dawn Reese told me she was worried about the future.
I do need support from the community to stay in business.
Fast forward to today.
So we're at 32.35, please.
And business is booming.
March was the best March I've ever had. So I think that was more that the miniatures have taken off again, and I happen to be the last miniature store left in Ohio that I'm aware of.
Salons across the country are facing a new threat. 77% of toys sold in the United States are made in China, according to the Toy Association. The Trump administration's tariff rate on toy imports from China is 145%.
A $10 toy that lands in the U.S. will now be $24.50 to land, and that is all being paid by these small and medium-sized businesses.
Greg Ahern, president and CEO of the Toy Association, says toy production in China has all but stopped because of tariffs, and it's putting the holiday season at risk.
Every week that we're not producing toys in China is a week of supply that won't be available in November and December. So the longer this goes on, the fewer toys that will be available, which will create scarcity, and obviously then pricing and disappointed families and kids.
Toy manufacturers like Little Tikes, which is based in Hudson, have no choice but to increase prices by as much as double digits.
Come this holiday, and the prices are going to go up 30-40%.
Little Tikes CEO Isaac Larian tells me plans to expand the toy factory in Hudson now on hold.
Was part of the expansion plan here in Northeast Ohio to make it possible to make more products here in the U.S.?
Yeah, of course. We bring more jobs, more manufacturing to USA. Now it's going the other way around because of these tariffs.
Still, Dawn tells me she doesn't anticipate being impacted by tariffs as much as other toy store owners.
I've always tried to get toys from other countries other than China. A lot of the miniatures are handmade locally. I have a lady that sews doll clothes for me locally.
And her toy suppliers gave her an early warning about the increased costs.
I bought most of my inventory for most of the year already before the tariffs hit. So the tariffs are not going to affect my prices too much.
Yeah, it sounds like you're pretty well insulated, and it's intentional, obviously.
Yes.
You don't want to have to raise the prices for your customers.
I don't want them to get the concept that because of the tariffs I'm going to become uncompetitive. We will actually keep our prices the way they are until I have to raise them. If I have to raise them. There you go, all done, ready.
Meanwhile, a number of toy companies and toy stores in the U.S. are now suing President Trump in an attempt to stop tariffs on Chinese imports. And one thing I learned here, Tiffany, is that the majority of toys that we see during the holiday season are made during these spring months. And if they are not arriving here and the factories start slowing down, that is, like you heard, really going to affect inventory.
It's great to see you getting on top of this so early so people can be prepared for what's to come.
Yeah,
so we appreciate it,
Yep,
Mike.
thanks.
In the article by Newsweek, it did say that Trump and his cabinet have downplayed the issue's significance, and it did say that he has been heard saying repeatedly that little girls will be better off for having fewer dolls. Now, to me, that seems like passenger seat parenting, trying to tell someone else how to parent their children. So I don't know how American parents are going to feel about that, or anybody else's, are going to feel about how these tariffs are going to affect their children. So, I don't like the downplaying of this, saying that people are better off having fewer dolls, because that statement also affects me. As an adult, you can't tell me I'm better off having fewer dolls, especially if I've worked hard for the dolls, and, it's not something that, as I had stated in my kidult video a while back, that, if I'm paying all bills and, nothing's going wrong in my life, I'm healthy, I'm happy, everything's going right, and I'm purchasing dolls, and I'm not like up to like, my house is not just bombarded with like a whole bunch of like storage bins to where I can't move, and all that kind of stuff, then you can't tell me how many dolls that I need. So this is very irritating, and it just seems like it's irritating all the way around. It's irritating for the manufacturers. It's irritating for the CEOs. It's irritating for the people that are going to be buying them. And whether the children know it, it's probably irritating for them. It's irritating for us doll collectors. So these are things that are ripple effects that I don't think a lot of people took into consideration. That people take into consideration anytime they are looking at someone who they want to vote in as president, or vote in as mayor or governor or a police chief or anyone. I think these are things that we have to try to look at the big picture, the longer view, kind of try to have foresight with what's going to happen with these individuals, and just understand how, economics works and things like that, so that when these type of things happen, whether it's dolls, groceries, gas prices, things with the environment, that we just kind of know how these things are going to affect our lives. So, let me know in the comment section, Dolly Tribe, how you feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to keep the sunshine in your life. All right, Dolly Tribe. Have a wonderful weekend and many blessings.